pause and or blow. I am Jessica. Sup? I am a Reiki master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special healing session. We are going to be cutting away any old stuff, whether that is karmic baggage or that is cord cutting. You need to cut away certain connections. Whatever that is, we are going to be and removing that. So if you're new to the community family, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your self-care routine. So you come into the space and you take care of yourself. And if you are new, welcomes you are now one of my babies. So you get one kiss on the forehead. And you ready? Put the foreheads out. And for all of my returning babies, you get multiple kisses. Mama loves you, okay? Let's go ahead and get started. We start our session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay, you ready? Let's go. Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, 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 okay. So let's get into some breath work. And as we're doing that, I would like to invite those who are interested in my Reiki Master Teacher certification. I also call it the Energy Healing Apprenticeship. If you're interested in that, July 30th, we will be starting the pre-week, which is free, and it is for everyone who would like to participate and see what a week like in the apprenticeship would be like. So you can go to thempcommunity.com, or you can go to my website, reikihealinghope.com, and there's all that information there under the apprenticeship. So can't wait to see you there. Okay, 2 more breaths. Another breath. Okay. And release. Now when we get into breath work, what you want to do is you want to decide how deep or how shallow you would like your breath to be. It's going to be different for each person. And just honor your body. Honor your body. Honor your body. Honor your body. Okay. And as you're exhaling, I'm just going to pull out and release. 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 Okay. So you choose. Okay. So if you're going to go deep, you're going to hold it the entire time. If you're going to go shallow, you slow down. Okay. Inhale. Exhale, release. Another breath, inhale. Exhale, release. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, release. Okay, fantastic. So, right now, what we're doing and working on here receptive and open to whatever you need to release. So if you already have some stuff in mind, feel free to start to let it go with your breath. You're using your air as that work to release, okay? So feel free to let it go with your breath. If you're uncovering some things perhaps that are new to your knowledge, didn't know that this, was something you needed to let go, just continue to follow the breath. This will take some of those layers off and make it much easier for you, okay? Okay. Now, we're gonna start right here on the crown, okay? And just pulling all the way out there, release. We're going to just cut away any belief systems that no longer serve you. And when I say belief systems, I'm not necessarily saying religious things. What I'm saying here in belief systems is when you developed how you look at the world, you probably developed it when you were young. And you've been using the same belief system as the foundation for everything that you've built off of. And it's amazing how life has become what it is. But we should be able to release, mature, or let go of old systems that don't work. So if we feel when we enter relationships, or if we have goals, if we feel that our needs are not being met, or we feel for some reason behind in life, even though we can see actually it's not that bad, or it's not this, or it's not that, it's because that belief system you created when you were 7 years old is not being satisfied, because the goals you have now is of that person who is whatever your age is. So it's not going to be compatible. So instead of feeling that you have to keep on chasing another person, another goal, another situation, another identity, change the belief system itself. So we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now here, take 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, release. Second breath. Exhale, release. Final breath. And exhale, release it all out. Let it go, okay? So how do you feel? I want your shoulders to melt away from your ears, for you to feel stacked in your frame. So just, and if you need to take some gentle neck movement, you can go forward and back, forward and back. And let's go to the side too. Side, 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 and feel free to do some rolls. And you can focus on one area if it feels good. Opposite direction. Roll it out. And just do a turn. Just turning to the right, turning to the left, turning to the right, and turning to the left, okay? Release and let it go. Now let's go right here, right there, okay? Right there. To the third eye. And we're going to work with sight, vision. You have to be able to see where you are going and what you want when you are going there. It doesn't matter if you're there yet. It doesn't even matter if you have all the resources or the plan in place yet. If you cannot see it, it's going to be very difficult moving forward. There's so many people who want to move forward in their life and they have no clue what it looks So in the throat, you want to be able to say what you actually want to say, not what you think someone else wants to hear, not what you feel like you're being imposed on to say, but say what you mean. So anytime that you felt like you couldn't say what you really meant or say what was important to you, let's just remove that. So we're going to go from the front, the back, and the sides of the neck, disconnecting anything that needs to be released. Okay. once you experience new things in life, you get to choose something else. So I always like to give myself as many choices as possible and give myself the freedom to always be choosing, because I think it makes the experience of life fun and interesting. So just removing any things that make it difficult for you to feel connected with who you truly are, and removing any obstacles as you are rediscovering who you are becoming. So we're just working through that as well. Now let's go on over here to the solar plexus. Let's remove any insecurities, okay? We don't have to go through it. I'm just letting it go. I don't even want you to think about it. Just let it go. You are released from self-doubt. 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 So honor that feeling, okay? So I'm going to just kind of give you a moment for some cleansing, okay? Just some cleansing here. Really take your time. Just all over your energy. Take your time. Releasing and letting go. Take your time. Honoring who you are. Take your time. Making peace in your beautiful journey. Take your time. Letting go of any animosity, sadness, hurt that may have come from the past. You release and you let that go. And no need to judge yourself. Just allow life to happen however it needs to happen, okay? Just slowly going to take this over your energy. When you are cord cutting and you're letting things go, you have to be realistic with yourself and practical. When you cut things out of your life, you are able to move forward, but you may leave things behind that you're used to. But you have to be okay with this new journey being enough. Sometimes people want to move so fast and they're not ready to cut people out. Yes, you know, someone might be toxic in your life, or you might be toxic in someone else's life just because of how life is showing up in the moment. But what you have to be open to is an understanding that if you just completely cut this person off or that person off cold turkey and you're not really ready to move on, you could do even further damage, because it's a yo-yo back and forth. So take your time. If you're going to cut something out or leave it out of your life, don't let it back in. Don't use this session to cord cut and then be calling that person the next day, okay? Just release it. So let's just keep going. Keep going. Let's keep going, okay? So now let's let go of the past. You remember once upon a time when it was time to let go of the past. You did. And you have the ability Exhale, release. Another breath. Exhale, release. One more breath. And exhale and release. Let it go. Use your understanding that the process of cutting people out is not a negative thing. It frees you and it frees them to be whomever they really need to be, and for you to be whoever you need to be too. Sometimes two really good people can be stuck in a cycle and not be behaving or showing up as a self that they really want to show up as. It doesn't make anyone evil or bad. It just means let them go. Sometimes the people are memories, the idea of who your parents wanted you to be, who you think you should be at work or within society, who a partner wants you to be, who you thought you should have been. All of that stuff. Cut that cord. So inhale. Exhale. to this new life, this new memory, this new realization, this new focus. Open yourself up to that. Open yourself up to that, to that, to that. And just go with it, rock with it, be yourself. No judgment. Okay. So now we're gonna focus on your thoughts, your feelings, and your beliefs. So when I'm talking about belief here, I'm talking about judgment. So how can we release self-judgment, self-criticism? There's nothing wrong with being objective and learning from our experiences in life. But if we are criticizing simply for the sake of criticizing and not for the sake of making a new turn or understanding a new perspective, then that isn't useful for us. It might be easier to look at it this way. This brain that we have and this body that we have has adapted, over hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years for our species to get to this moment. And the way that we live life, we have, I can't even say evolved because we haven't had enough time to evolve yet. We have rapidly transformed our everyday life and technology. Our body has not caught up to what technology brings us. Because of that, we still have those same fears and anxieties, but we assign it to something different. We assign it to the fear of, what if this doesn't happen? Or what if so-and-so feels this way? Or what if I'll never find X, Y, and Z? Our bodies would have assigned that to perhaps a predator or the fear of starvation before, things like that. But now we just reassign it to something else. So even when we eliminate, okay, this is causing me anxiety, it might pop up somewhere else. It's because you have to help your body evolve. You have to help your body grow. You have to show your body that it is okay, that things are going to be okay. I promise you that any problem you have, you're not the first person to have it, and there are solutions out there. Even if it's a dire problem, even if it's a tough problem, you're not the first person with the problem, and there are solutions. It's okay to feel upset or to feel disappointed. That's fine, but don't lie to yourself and think that there aren't solutions. There are solutions. They may take longer, they may take shorter, but there are. So when you're ready in your own time and you really take your time here, you can step forward and start to release any judgment that you had on yourself of what you could do and what you couldn't do and how you had to look or behave in a certain way. We are letting this go, okay, sweetness, and we're sending it back to sender, return to sender, okay? Just return to sender. And just say, I believe in myself. I believe in this life. I believe in myself. I believe in this life. I believe in myself. I believe in this life. I believe in myself. And I believe in this life. I believe in myself. And I believe in this life. I believe in myself. And I believe in this life. I believe in myself. And I believe in this life. Inhale. Exhale. Couple more. Exhale. I believe in myself. And I believe in this life. I believe in myself. trust myself, and I trust my instincts. I 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 trust myself, and I trust my instincts. And then the next thing that you're gonna say is, I make peace with my reality. 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 And just inhale. Exhale, release. Continue. Just fall in love with the moment. Keep breathing. Be patient. Be calm. Have a moment to and with yourself. Just trust, trust, trust. 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 Now, how do you feel? How are you feeling? What's coming up for you? Okay. Now just relax. And there's no wrong answers. And I want you to use the comment section as a place where you just express whatever's coming up for you, okay? It's completely okay and open to share with each other, okay? So, as you exhale, release. Let it go. Let go of the years of whatever. Let it go. We're clearing and cleansing you out so that as you step forward in your new path, you step forward with an optimism, or you step forward with an openness. Have you ever gone through life and had to make a next step, but you weren't over the last step? So beautiful things could be happening Inhale through the heart. Exhale through the solar plexus. Inhale through the sacral. Exhale through the root. So we're going to do that again, but we're going to go much slower, okay? So, inhale. Exhale through the crown. Inhale through the third eye. Exhale through the throat. Inhale through the heart. Exhale through the solar plexus. Inhale through the sacral. Exhale through the root. Inhale through the sacral. Exhale through the solar plexus. Inhale through the heart. Exhale through the throat. Inhale through the third eye. And exhale, of course, right there through your crown. So just cleansing that out. Cleansing it out. Letting it go. Releasing it. And just say to yourself, as you release this in this session, just say to yourself, I let this go. I let this go. Sometimes during these sessions, it'll be easier, sometimes it's not. But in the moment, no matter what it is, just say, I let it go. When you feel a release, make peace with it. Just let it be. Let it go. I release. I let it go. I release. I let it go. I release. I let it go. I let it all 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 go. And let it go from your entire being, from your head all the way to your toes, from your toes back up to your nose, baby. Okay? And just release this here. Cleansing out. Because I want you to get back to you. I want you to get back to your sweet natured self. I want you to get back to the person that you know you are. I want you to get back to the person who enjoys life, is having fun. No matter what that fun is, I want you to define what fun is, okay? I want you to enjoy this. I want you to enjoy this. I want you to enjoy as you are letting go, whatever that is that you need to let go of, as you are growing in whatever direction you need to grow in, as you are enjoying every little bit, every little thing, every little this, every little that, every little this, every little that, every little this, every little that. You are so amazing, and you deserve that calm. So I'm going to take some moments again to check in with you. As you know, use the comment section. I used to say as your diary, but I want to check in with you and just make sure you're okay. Are you okay? Do you have what you need? Is everything okay? Can you feel connected to where you are going? Did you release and did you let go of whatever it was that you needed to be released from, or to be removed from your energy? Whatever that is, okay? Just relaxing into this. And I'm gonna say to you, sweetness, good job. You did great. And let it go. I really appreciate you all giving me that feedback of how you liked our first very long video. And my favorite feedback out of all of that was you saying that you want to hear what I'm talking about, but you fall asleep. That's okay. That's okay. Fall asleep. Listen again. Fall asleep. That's fine. What you should do is just use it how you need it. If you want to listen to it during the day, listen to it during the day to calm you down. If you want to listen to it before you go to sleep, listen to it before you go to sleep, to just go to sleep. If you want to just be in this moment with yourself, be in this moment with yourself. Don't put any expectations of how you need to do this or that. Enjoy it. You know me. You know how we've been rocking it out since 2019. And our community has transformed in many ways. And I've had the good fortune of seeing a lot of practitioners, having a lot of apprentices. Even before I had the apprenticeship, I just would be doing trainings and attunements. And what I notice is that throughout this whole thing, it is just about our individual journey. We're all looking for a way to feel more in our bodies, to feel more balanced in life. And that's going to look different for each person. So just know, you're not doing it wrong. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be to work on yourself. There were many times that I planned my life in a certain way, and the universe was like, stop. Go focus on this. Especially my health or my life or my well-being. Go focus on that. Worry about that first, and then you can come full circle. And the more that I opened myself to that, the more I was able to not only feel better in life, but to redo old systems and patterns that I had felt very deeply inside of me. And to this day, I uncover and I try new approaches in ways that I just allowing it to be. So if you get anything from this, just live your life how you want to live your life, and that is all you need to do, sweetness. And for any of you all that are curious or interested in the apprenticeship, the pre-week is happening, like I said in the beginning, July 30th. And so that is a week to experience what the apprenticeship would be like. Everyone is invited to join that. And for those who continue on, you will be attuned as a Reiki or first degree Reiki practitioner, and you will continue your journey on to a Reiki master teacher. And it is over a year. People work on themselves, they work on their healing abilities, their techniques, and all kinds of stuff, esoteric wellness and stuff. But I let you all decide how your life looks. So babies, if no one else has said it, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Love you. Just make sure you love yourself a little bit more each and every day. I know I sure do. And if you all had noticed that I had a lot of videos, I want to let everybody know that this is your last chance to join the pre-week starting July 30th. And this is for those who are interested in joining the year-long Reiki Master Teacher Certification Program. I also call it the apprenticeship. So the pre-week is a free week for everyone to enjoy. And you can find all that information below. So let's go ahead and get started. We start our session off with a prayer. Oh, my bad. If you are a new baby, you get one kiss on the forenoggin. And all my returning babies get multiple kisses. Mama loves you. My bad. Okay. So we start the session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and to bring us together as a community redefine the things of your life, okay? Sometimes a setback isn't really a setback, it's just a course correction. That's all it is. And would we know to course correct had we not had that setback? I don't know. So trust in yourself. Trust in yourself. Trust. Trust in yourself. And work through it. It's not easy working through pain or discomfort, but here's the thing. Once you get in the flow of whatever it is that you need to do, it starts to melt away any fear, anxiety, discomfort. But getting in the flow, that's mostly the battle. It's not having to even accomplish any of those things. It's just getting on the road. So if you can, just get on the road. And do your thing. Get on the road. And do your thing. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy starting over. You know, sometimes I think that we want permission from, the universe, from some type of validation to let us believe that whatever we want to do is kind of destined. And I think the cool thing about life is that it's not about destiny. It's about choice. What do you want to do? And how do you like to build your life around that want? So instead of feeling like there's something you have to do, and maybe you're far behind, or maybe you're this, maybe you're that, how about it's what you want to do? So what do you want to do? And how can you make and create a life surrounding that? And wants aren't about superficially being happy all the time. I think a want is more about purpose. And I think when you have a purposeful life, it comes with its triumphs and setbacks. But there's a reason, there's a pull, there's a calling. You're doing it. Lean into that part of it. The purpose of life. The purpose of this. Now we've had many sessions where we talked about our soul's purpose, but now I'm going to ask you a different question. What is your life purpose? And it's okay if it changes. This life purpose is, what would you like to focus on right now in your life? Unapologetically, this is what I want to do. And how do you create space in your life to do it? Because you can do anything in your life as long as you got a plan. purposeful life. That is how each day becomes meaningful rather than a kind of grit and bear it kind of thing. This life is yours to mold, to shape, and to have. So what you gonna do about it? What is your life going to look like because of it? What is the life that you want? What is the life that you want? What is the life that you want? And are you ready to change too? Because when we change the outside, the inside changes too. The things that are important to you, the things that you want. And also, that's kind of just the process of maturing, but you can reinvent or restart or relook at so many aspects of your life. It's just up to you. If that's something that you want to do. So I'm just going to continue to just balance this out, slowing down and working through each part of your energy, and just inviting you to have faith in yourself, that you know what is best for you and you know what is right. Just keep going. Just keep flowing. Just keep relaxing into it. Going, flowing, 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 relaxing into it. And just keep working through that. Working, 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 working. Breathing in and out. Okay. Moving. Releasing. Letting it go. And just shifting your energy. Just relaxing here. Just one side to the other. 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 Release. Release. Release, release. Just release. 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 trusting in yourself, trusting in the process, and having clarity for what you really, really, really need. So one more pass, just left and right, and release. Well, babies, I hope you enjoyed our session today. this life and you get peace and enjoyment. Maybe you want a slow life and you get speed and energy. All of these things are possibilities, and of course a combination. So as we work on the feelings, you gotta decide there's gonna be some feelings that you let go. And you have to react to things differently. The way you react to things outsider coming into it, you're like kind of starting to acclimate to how they think about things. Now I'm saying take that concept but just bring it into your own world. Please do not recruit people. You don't need anyone else here, okay? Just however you want to do things. So what do you see for yourself? Remember, you cannot control other people. You can only control yourself, your personal outcome. So what do you want in this life? So we're creating our own reality here. And you all really enjoyed this pendulum a month ago. So I'm going to bring this out for this. When we are working on creating this reality, okay? Creating this reality. What does it look like? What does your money look like? What does your everyday life look like? What are your hobbies? I'm a very big hobbyist. So what do your hobbies look like? Just going really slow here. Okay. Taking your time. And as you exhale here, exhale, let it all go. All the pain, all the disappointment, all the false starts, let it all go. Just erase every little bit. Right now is the only time that matters. And today is a fresh start that is good enough. Good enough. Good enough. Get enough to eat for our juicy goals. Releasing and letting this go. You are allowed to have any kind of life that you want. So choose it. I see so many people just allowing life to happen to them. yourself permission to shift and change over time. How about this? How about sometimes the dreams we have today are the stepping stones for the reality of tomorrow? So take your time. Take your time. Take your time. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. It's just the way you want. So recreate whoever you are. Maybe you're someone who's more like, maybe kind of techie, and maybe you want to be more creative, or maybe you are someone who's very kind of straight-laced, uptight a little bit, and you want to be more kind of open and free. Whatever that is, start. And guess what? Now we gotta get to the part of the people, situations, and circumstances, because as you make these shifts and these changes, some people oh, we're always catching up. Because if you have the mindset that I'm catching up, you're gonna run to something and then feel like you gotta catch up somewhere else too. No, slow it down. Say, I'm right where I need to be, and it will be okay. I'm right where I need to be, and it will be okay. I'm right where I need to be, and it will be okay. I'm right where I need to be, and it will be okay. So we had our feelings. resort kind of person. You want to just kind of go be pampered. Or you are like go on an adventure, you know, you don't know where you're going yet, but you're down for the ride and you got good energy and there's a lot of dancing. Maybe for you it's visiting loved ones or being able to go and visit family members. That would be wonderful, 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 wonderful. Whatever. successfully do this, because I didn't know anyone who had gone to college before, if I'm going to successfully do this, I have to be hyper focused. I can't listen to anyone, because if I start listening to someone else, I might start reasoning with maybe they're right. So I didn't tell anybody anything. I would just be applying to schools. I would be doing, SATs and all that stuff. And then I get into my schools, and then I make a decision. And once all that's set up, and I have a date of when I need to show up, that's when I started telling people. And the first thing I said when I told these people, like, hey, I'm going to college, they said the same thing. Oh, college doesn't make you smart, so which one are you planning to go to? What's your plan to get in? I was like, hey, I'm already in. I'm going to be starting at this date, and then I'm going. And in that same moment, these people switched, and they started to say, like, oh, okay, well, that actually sounds pretty good. You want to know why? Because they could not see themselves doing those things. is building up. See yourself with financial stability. See yourself with expendable income so you can do the things you like. Perhaps traveling or buying certain things. Maybe you are a watch collector or you collect coins. I don't know what you do. But whatever that is, you have that income. And also you free yourself from compulsive spending, meaning you're not just spending to feel better because life doesn't feel good. You're able to make really good choices with your money because you have everything you need. So when you do spend money, it's in a very purposeful way. Learn how to enjoy life for free too. There's a lot of things you can do for free. You can take a walk for free or a ride for free, depending on where the ride is, but definitely take a walk for free. So you can walk for free, you can meditate for free. There's so many free things on the internet that you can do. You can learn something online for free. You can learn some history for free. And a lot of local or kind of regional or state things or kind of, what am I trying to say, government things. They will have free activities. I know embassies have different activities as well. So there's a lot of free things that you can do that are kind of nice, that got a little budget to them. If you live in an area that has this seasonal activity, you could do that. Some places have fruit picking or flower picking or, beautiful plant life or whatever. And other things, there's plenty of things to do for free. As well as you can make a fun time. Like I said before, okay, boom, we about to turn some music on, we about to have a good time. And let's just go back and do all the dances, all the old school dances we used to do back in the day. We gonna do them right now. We gonna see who remember them now. So that's a part of it too. So keep on going. Keep on going in this reality. Do you have love in this reality? Romantic love specifically. What does it look like? What does it feel like? How does it feel to have someone who loves and cares for you? And you can feel comfortable knowing that they will be there. That they will be there. And you can trust in building a life with them. You can trust that they will give you the space you need, as well as they are dependable. How does it feel to have that? To be one of those lucky people who have that, who truly likes the person they're with. That is a very lucky thing to have. Many people are with people they do not like. But not just love someone, but actually like them. And someone you can have fun with. That's a big one. You will be with somebody you can have fun with. And you're able to have fun with this person. Or whatever else you have. You see your children if you have children. If you want to have children, you see a life of children. If you don't want kids, you bump them kids. You see your fur babies or nothing at all. Maybe you just kind of like the freedom of just being around yourself or friends or something like that. Whatever, There's no one way of living life. Just see however you want life to be. And maybe there's a lot of time for your creative passions. You take up some type of artwork and you just have a lot of time to explore that to its fullest. You go to conferences and workshops and you find a whole community of people. Now, this is my hack for finding friends as an adult. If you are not in school, if you're not in situations, if you don't belong to a very large job that brings, a lot of people in, how you find friends as an adult is you have hobbies and you go to where those communities are and you'll at least make one friend. And sometimes all you need is one friend because respond to everything. Just let it ground you. Let it ground you. Let it ground you. Just leave it there. Now, I'm just going to take some of this I'm just going to place that just a little bit around you and just give it a whiff. And if you know what Florida water smells like, you know. If you'd like another smell, just choose another smell. And of course, you can always make your own cleanse. And the way that you make your own cleanse would be you get essential oil, the smell of your choice, as well as purified water. And the water has to be purified. You cannot use tap water because that's how you get it to last. So it has to be purified or distilled. I don't think you should use spring water. I think you should use purified or distilled because you want to limit the contact of things that grow in those other kinds of water, okay? And if instead you want to place it on your body, you can always place it on your hands. But if you'd really like it to soak in, what you would use would be a carrier oil. A carrier oil is like a non-essential oil, meaning something like almond oil, coconut oil, olive oil, jojoba oil. Just that kind of oil. It could be a shea butter. And what you would then do, it smells really nice. What you would then do is you can add just a little bit of that essential oil based off of the cleansing need, and you could put it in that oil and, place it on your body. So, during this time of retrograde, if perhaps you need calmness, we can easily go to something like a lavender or even a vanilla, something that can be very soothing. So I'm just going to allow you to just kind of smell my hand. Okay. And so you can choose like a lavender or a vanilla. It's everywhere. If you instead like other scents, maybe like eucalyptus, rosemary, tea tree, peppermint, or citrus, or any smell you like, frankincense and myrrh, or Egyptian musk, whatever that smell is that represents to you peace and calm and cleansing, you use that. I think it's more important that you focus on a smell that triggers that for you, as opposed to the generic smell. So lavender may not trigger that for you. Maybe for you the smell comes from cinnamon, nutmeg, spice, star of sweet taste to it, but it's not the same as sugar. Licorice is like that too. It has that sweet taste to it, but it's not the same as sugar. And I guess now I care a little bit more about how things impact my body than, when you're younger, you're just like, you don't care. Try to have a good time. So I personally would enjoy a licorice smell. I don't think anything is wrong with that. Anything is wrong with that. Like a nice little licorice smell to it. Okay. So I'm going to go back to just place that on the side. And if I can get this mugwort to light, I'll do it. The mugwort is a little bit tough because it is that powder on the bottom. Mugwort is something that I really enjoy using because you can find uses for it both in cleansing, across various cultures. You can find uses for it in cleansing across various cultures, as well as consumption. You can eat it too, both for medicinal reasons or just culinary reasons. And what really got me researching mugwort is I was doing some ancestral work all of last year. And when I got to Korea and started learning about Mugyo and Korean shamanism, I noticed that mugwort was a very important herb that came up. And so it was something that I looked into more and started to add it to my practice. And a really, really cool thing happened to me the first time I used it. So I lit some, and I had some at my altar. And then I went into a channeling session, and I had an idea of what I wanted to do in that channeling session. So I went in the session, and the way that you would hear it being said would be like, I received all these downloads, but the way that I'm going to say it is like this. When I was in that session, it connected me with my ancestors, my Korean ancestors, and I was able to get a lot of information that honestly I should not be able to have access to. So it was extremely helpful and really enlightening. It was very powerful. It reminded me of the first time I ever used the crystal blue kyanite. I'm trying to see if I had one near me, or if I just had black kyanite near me. But blue kyanite can be really nice because it also can, really strengthen the third eye, strengthen the throat, strengthen sight, vision, and things like that. So, So yeah, I burned this mugwort, and I was able to channel my grandmother on the other side. And mediumship is essentially when we are communicating with those who have passed on. But there's many forms of communication that one can have. It is not just mediumship. So communicating with your energetic helpers, I call them energetic helpers because, depending on the tradition, the person, and, what they call them different things. They can call them gods, goddesses, angels, spirit guides, guides. Oh, it just depends on your tradition and your background and things like that, and what you connected the most with. So, Orisha, all kinds of names that we give to the energy that is beyond. But this is a great time to be able to communicate with that energy as well too. I actually didn't think that this session was going to get so esoteric, but yeah, this is good. So when you communicate with that energy, just know that it is energy that you feel most comfortable with. So if you call the unknown, the universe out there, if you call that God, then it's just like having a conversation with God. If you don't use the word God, you say universe, you say unknown, you say source, you say nothing at all, whatever that is for you. Whatever you feel connected to, the allness of this, all of this stuff, this is the perfect time for that because the communication will be very great. I will tell you though that if you decide that you would like to commune with your specific ancestors or those or energy that is, on the other side, or just energy in general, you still have to have boundaries. You don't keep your front door open for everyone to walk in. And so don't be so excited to have this energy in your life and just say yes to everything. You still need to exercise boundaries. So if you struggle with boundaries in the physical, you will probably still struggle with boundaries in the esoteric, which can show up as things like people being empaths. It can also show up with fatigue and different things like that. Learn how to say no. Learn how to negotiate your path. Don't feel like just because you have a gift that you are required to do that thing. Sometimes we can come into this life with very wonderful abilities that we don't want. And maybe when we want to go and develop other abilities that we don't necessarily know yet. And it is up to you to decide what you want to spend your time doing, developing, and cultivating. When I was a little girl, I had the gift of hearing. So I was clairaudient. And with this, let me say it in the technical term. I'll say clairaudient, but technically that's not what was happening. Clairaudient means the ability to know something that you should not be able to know, and the way that you receive the message is through hearing. What I was experiencing was mediumship through hearing, which technically is a different thing. And of course, these are things that we talk about in the energy healing practitioner apprenticeship and stuff like that. But anyway, back to what I'm saying. And so I had the gift of hearing, and I can't say that it freaked me out. I just felt like it was very inconvenient, and I got to the point in my life, actually before I really started focusing on being a practitioner, that I just told the universe, no, I don't want it. And I know that that's kind of interesting for people, that why would I say no? Because I understood what I could and I could not do. I knew that I could not be in this space helping people exist. No expectations, and we do what we need to do. But, I had no intention of telling that story, but I guess that's our Mercury in retrograde story. Maybe sharing too much. But our Mercury in retrograde story for the week. So let's take some moment for you to be able to channel or to meditate, Exhale. Take another breath in. Exhale. One more breath. And exhale, release. Now just bring your awareness back into your body here and just relax. I want you to pay attention to any words that are coming up, any feelings, any sensations. Remember them, they are important. And if you are feeling good, stay in the moment. Stay in the moment. Stay in the moment. Keep on breathing. Find your truth. Find your reality, even if that truth and that reality is just now in this moment. If you are working on shadow work, understand that energy, regardless of if you're working on shadow or light work, energy is neither good nor bad. Energy is simply neutral. But the way that we experience energy as an individual dictates to us if we feel like this thing is good or bad. When we release energy, when we separate ourselves from a conflict or a consistent cycle, that release of energy goes back into the universe on an energetic level and just is repurposed to go do other stuff, to be released, to not be held. So the energy itself is living, but really what it is when we come next to something else, it creates a connection. And when we do that shadow work or even embrace light work, we're releasing the connection. So the energy itself is not something that you really have to think about. Think about yourself. You are now free to expand in other possibilities. So when you let go of those karmic relationships that no longer serve you, and you no longer serve them, what you are releasing is a obligation that no longer applies, and you are now free to try other things. Just understand that that transition can feel lonely at times because your identity is expanding, but it is a necessary shift in order to break it starts to build up more and more, amplifying all around you. So during this Mercury and Virgo retrograde cycle, do not let fear overwhelm you. Do not let fear overwhelm you. Embrace the possibility of compassion. Don't push away your feelings. Have compassion towards your feelings. And decide what is your truth, your true reality. And allow others to do the same. You cannot control people and they cannot control you. Do not give your power away and do not overly exert your power onto others, projecting. Stay in your body. This is a time to go inside. If you want to channel with ancestors, if you want to channel with energy for guidance and protection and love and stuff like that, feel free to do so now. This is a great time. And if you just want to go inside and rejuvenate, that's beautiful too. I say all this to say, as someone who has studied many practices both on an academic level and in an applied setting, I don't use everything at all times. And with that being said, when there are things that show up like transits and stuff like that, what I do is I just